Okay, so I'm going to show you the different sectors we have when it comes to CCTV system. The first one we have is the CCTV part, which is this section. The CCTV part, where the camera is going to be, is the first section. The second section we have is the DVR part. The third sector we have is the monitor part. And then the fourth part we have is the power supply unit part. So if these four parts are not complete, you will not be able to establish CCTV, getting into the DVR and projecting it to your monitor. Okay, I'm going to run through what we have here so that you will be able to know actually when you are at site what to do. Now, coming to the power supply unit part. This part, what we need to power the camera, as I said earlier on, is 12 volt DC. Get your 12 volt DC to power this camera. So this is the camera part, which we have indoor and outdoor cameras. So this, the video balloon, the video BNCs we have. This is the male power BNC. This is the female power BNC. This is the video balloon. This is the DVR, and this is the monitor we are going to make use of. Okay, now this is the cable we are going to use to run the connection from the CCTV camera to the DVR. Okay, I'm going to do this connection now. So I've assumed that I've run my cable from wherever it is down to maybe it is outside where the camera is going to be. How am I going to terminate this cable? That is what I'm going to do now. So the cable that you're going to project out whenever you do your termination should be like your arm's length. So like this from here to here is okay. So if this is your wall, your cable that will come out should be like this length. So that whatever you are going to do, you will still have some excess cable left to do any finishing touches you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to connect the cable now. Come, let me show you. So you peel it off. So I will do the video part connection first. Okay, so once you peel the video part off, you will see the flex part, which is the negative video. You take all of them one side. Take them one side and then you fold them together. After folding it, then you remove this coating. Remove it. Okay. Then use your plier or your razor blade to remove it. Okay, so after removing it, leaving only the white part, you are going to cut like half of it upwards to remove this white part, leaving only the single strand video connector, video part. So once you use your plier, hold it, don't crimp it very well. Then after that, you drop. So this video part will come out. So this is the negative of the video, while this is the positive of the video. So how do I connect it to my video BNC? So this is your video BNC. You are going to lose this part. Once you lose it, okay, let me get the one that have a rubber coating inside. Okay, so you are going to put this inside this. Make sure it enters. Okay, so once it enters, this part now, we are going to cut off this lid a little bit, like this. Cut it off, so that you have small portion remaining. So that small portion that is remaining, this rubber part, we are going to fix it inside. Put it inside and allow it to slide down to meet this part. Okay, then after that, you are going to lose, as I said, this internal part is the positive video part, while this is the negative video part. Don't allow two of them to touch, no matter how you do this connection here. So I'm going to lose this part a little bit. Be careful so that this knot will not, this tiny screw will not throw. So after doing that, we are going to fix it like this. Once it enters, you hold it, tight the video part, positive video part first. After tightening it, hold on. Okay. I need to double the video part. Hold on, let me double the video. So I have to extract more and remove, peel out more. These are part of the things you experience. When you want to fix and you feel that it's not good for you, you have to remove more cables, peel out more so that you'll be able to achieve what you want. So from here, you peel it off. So I'm going to double this part. Fold. You see, I made it to be excess now. So I'm folding it so that it will be like this. Okay, so after that, with my screw, I'm going to lose this part off. Then fix this together inside. Before fixing it, you should open this lid so that this part, open it so that you can be able to fix the cable well. So once you open it and fix the cable, you will hold it and tight. After screwing it, the video part is well fixed. So you are going to fold this negative part and cut it off from here. Fold it. Don't allow it to pass. Don't allow it to pass here to come up to this place. Fold it in such a way that you can easily slide it inside this place. And then you clamp this. You can use your plier and clamp it perfectly well. So with this, after doing that, this coating, you can cut it off. We don't need it. Then remember, we already have this rubber coating here. You use it and cover this part. So once it's covered, then you take back your video part up and then screw this. So with this, you have achieved your video BNC, awaiting to be connected to the camera. So this part, we are going to achieve the power connector. So how are we going to do that? We take this, cut, and remove this black part, leaving only the red and the black part. So you peel it off so that you will see all these cables inside. You use your hand, twist it so that you will get a perfect alignment of the cable. Okay, after that, you cut off the head, cut this part up, so you have it like this. So once you have it like this, you get your power connector. Remember, we are using male for the camera side. Get your power connector, you fix. It's written positive here and negative here, so that you actually know where you are connecting it. So positive and negative. And remember, as I said, here is the negative part, while the inside is the positive part. So you connect this to the positive section. Once you put it inside, you screw it. Then this part, you connect it inside here, and then you screw it. So with this, you have achieved your power section and then your video section. So assuming now that this is outside, this is maybe your wall, and you have brought out this cable and section of your house and you have done this connection, you are good to go. So what you have to now do is get a camera. Remember, this has two cables. You connect this power section and plug it to the camera, and then this video part, you use it, fix it to the video part, so you are good to go. So this is how it's going to be in your wall after you have connected them. Now it's not left for you to know actually what you are going to use to pack these cables together. You can decide to use what they call adaptable box, 3x3 adaptable box. So once you put the 3x3 adaptable box, you can pack all these cables inside it and then fix your camera like this and then allow it to face, set it in such a way that it will be able to face the place that it needs to face. You can from here lose this part to twist the camera to any direction you want, so that once you put it, it can easily face you and then have a clean view. This is for the outside part. Now, this cable that is going inside your building to the control room or to the sitting room, how are we going to connect it? The video part, which is this, and this is what? The power part. We are going to still connect the same way we did for the video part in the camera section in this part. Then when it comes to the power part, I will show you what to do. Let's do the same connection here. Remember, this is our video BNC. We have this, we'll remove all of them. We fix this one first. Fix it first inside like this. Then this second one, which is the rubber part, we fix it inside. Then this is the last one we are going to fix. But we have to first of all feed the cable, fix it properly, tight it before we now lock it up. Okay, let's go there. So what do? We peel off the black coating part. Okay. We are good to go. Peel off the black coating part. Once you peel it off, you cut it off. Then this part, which is the negative part, they are always stubborn, so you have to be very, very careful. So you fold them together. If you don't fold them together, it will go and start touching one way or the other. And after your connection, let's assume you did it at 3-story building, use ladder. So after the whole connection, you will still go and get that ladder and climb up. So you have to be extremely careful and know what you are connecting. So after that, you peel up your positive parts. Remember, we are going to remove this coating here, so that, because the coating is conductive, it's still conducting with this negative part. They are all together. So you do this like this. Remember, when it comes to here, you cut this plate off, then fold this cable together, then join it. You see how I did it? Now, what I'm going to do now, you are going to lose this part. Remember, don't lose it to the end. Open up this so that you can easily fix this inside. So once you fix it inside like this, you are going to do what? Tight it. So after tightening it, this part you are going to do what? Connect. You can connect or you can cut off some parts which you don't need. But for me, I like cutting off the parts because I don't want to come back to your work after like 1 year. So once you cut it off like this, it will be small. You do it like this, you fix it inside well, and then you clamp it. You can use your hand. After using your hand, then you can now use plier and just a little bit clamping. You are good to go. Then after that, see, there is something you need to take note of. You see this part. This is the positive part and this is the negative part. In no situation should this positive and this negative touch here. If they are touching and you close it up, your video will not produce. So you still have to come back during troubleshooting to identify it. So you have to be extremely careful. So after that, you use the rubber coating to coat this place up, and then you tight it. Good, we have done. We have done this. So we go to the positive part, which is for the power supply unit. Now this particular one goes to your power supply unit. We have different types of power supply units which we are going to make use of. It's either you use this type of power supply unit which gives you 12 volts. Your interest is to identify the positive and negative of that power supply unit. You can use what they call 9-way power supply unit. You can use 18-way power supply unit. You can use 32-way power supply unit. Or you can use a single power supply unit like this. So this one gives you 5 amp 12 volts. I can use this thing to connect, like, let's say 5 cameras. Each camera can take 1 amp each. So the number of cameras you connect to it, divide it by the amp you have, that will tell you the amperage that each camera is taking from the power supply unit. Okay, so from here, because the power supply unit I have here have a male plug already for the power, so I have to get a female DC plug, so that once I put it in this section, I can easily link it up with this power supply unit, and they can link up like this. Okay, so I'm going to peel this off. I've already peeled it off. The red part, come and see it. This is the female DC plug. This is the positive part, which is red, and then the green part is what? The neutral. But I still have to confirm it with multimeter. Give me multimeter. Give me multimeter in here. Okay, so how do I confirm it? I set my multimeter to continuity. Let me actually test this red color. If actually is the one at the center, or come on, let me show you. This is the red cable. I want to confirm if this red cable is actually this one at the center, or this green one is actually this one at the center. So if you don't confirm this, it may give you issue. So I put it in red. See? Come and see. So once I test it, multimeter beep, that shows that the red part is the center part. So I can comfortably assume that yes, that cable, which is the red part, is my positive part. So I will take it and connect to my positive terminal of the cable, which I have. So I get this positive terminal, I get this negative terminal. So I will get this, fold it together. Then this one, I will fold it together with the negative part. With this, I've achieved my connection. Positive to positive, negative to negative. Now I'm going to use sellotape and sellotape this perfectly well. So I'm going to use a sellotape and sellotape this. Okay. Then the same goes to this one here. Okay, so after you are done, you can sellotape all of them together to have a perfect joining. So this is now my video part going to the DVR, and this is going to the power supply unit, which is 12 volts. Okay, now let's do the connection. Now this is the monitor part. This is my monitor. This monitor makes use of serial VGA cable. So I'm going to connect this VGA cable. Remember I told you about, come closer. So I'm going to connect this VGA cable to the VGA of this DVR, so that whatever I'm getting from this DVR will project to the monitor. If you are using big television like this, you can use HDMI, because I know this television have HDMI. And if you are using this type of monitor which only have VGA, you can use your VGA. So after connecting it, this is the power adapter for the DVR. So you are going to connect your power adapter to the DVR. You connect it. Now, this is your mouse. So you are going to connect your mouse. This is your mouse. You connect it at the back of this place. Connect it there. Okay, what else is remaining for us to connect? Who can tell me? We connect our video, which comes directly from the camera to the back of this. So remember, this is a 16 port, so you can choose any of the ports we are going to make use of. You can make use of port 1, port 2. It's only one camera we are testing, but if you are running for 16 cameras, it's still the same thing, the same process. Okay, so after connecting them, now this is our power supply unit. We are going to use this power supply unit and connect to our 12 volt power supply unit. Done. Our camera is powered, as you can see. Now we need to power this television. So this television has power cord. So I'm going to power this television now. Okay. Powering the television. I power the television. I power the DVR. I power everything that needs to be powered. Okay, see this connection I've just done now. Automatically, remember, I've put this camera to this place, back of the DVR. I've connected it equally to this power supply unit. Let's see what will happen. After this writing embedded next DVR, you are going to see the action that will take part now. Okay, so you can see we are live. Wow, nice one, nice one, nice one. We are live now. So the camera is working perfectly fine. So you can see we are live. Okay, nice one. Finite Events Limited. So now, when you talk of night vision triggers by itself when there is no light. Now we are going to test the night vision of this, of the light. The camera automatically, you will see the night vision triggered. So night vision have been triggered. So you see, this is how it sees you at night. You'll be like, oh my God, the camera is not seeing me. You don't know that the night vision have been triggered. So that is how it works. You can on it now. Okay, so with this, you have effectively connected your camera and it's working. Now, what you need to do is, when you have done this connection, if you have like 10 cameras, 15 cameras, 16 cameras, depending on the maximum number of DVR you have, do the same connection at each point where the camera is going to be. Connect your power and your video PNC. Put your camera there. Run that cable to your control room. Connect your video to the back of your DVR and power the camera inside. Automatically, you will have your DVR up and running. Now, I would like to show you some certain things when it comes to the setting of this. Okay, now when we have something like this, when you right click on your mouse, you are going to see menu. When you click on menu, you can draw your pattern. So when you draw your pattern, you see this place we have the playback, this place we have export, here we have manual, here we have HDD, which is hard disk drive. Here we have record, camera configuration, maintenance, and then shuts down. Now, playback, you use playback when you want to play back event that happened initially. So, when you click on playback, you will see different cameras here. So you can select any camera you want. After selecting them, you can click on this play. Fail, playback failed, no match record file, because we just connected it now. So, but if there is hard disk inside, once you click on this camera, 1 camera, 2 camera, 3 camera, 4, and click on play, you can select the dates you want. Maybe it's January, or you can go back, select February, select any year you like. After that, you'll be able to play back the cameras. Now, when it comes to export, this part export, you'll be able to export events that happened to your USB drive. So from here to here, let's say you search event that happened, start time this and end time this, you can go to search. After searching, because there is no recorded this thing, it will tell you no record file found. But once there is recorded file found, after searching, you will be able to export it to your USB drive. Now the hard disk drive, this hard disk. So this hard disk we have, whenever you put new hard disk installed, what you are going to do is that you are going to select that hard disk. Once you click on it and select, then after selecting it, you are going to click on init. When you click on init, initialization will erase all data on the hard disk drive. It's asking you whether to continue. Once you click on OK, automatically it will erase all the things you have in your hard disk, and then your hard disk will come back as default as it was before. Now when you come to configuration, this configuration, we have the network part. This is the network part. We have the alarm part. We have the live view. We have the exception and user. Now come to network. This is where you set your IP address. If you want to do, maybe you connected a router to the back of this DVR. When you connect a router to the back of this DVR, via that LAN port I told you of, you are going to click on enable DHCP. Once you enable DHCP and click on apply, automatically it's going to get IP version 4 address automatically for you. Get the IP version 4 subnet mask and then the default gateway. There is no router connected to it. I'm going to connect a router to it now so that you actually see how the thing functions. Pause. This is Cat6 cable, RJ45 connected. So we are going to connect this at the back of this router. We are going to connect it. Okay, so we are going to power this router. There are some routers that have battery inbuilt. So this one have inbuilt battery. So I'm going to power it. Click on power button. It ons and then it's powered. So with this, I will be able to connect this to the back of this. So this place we have the network cable. I'm going to run and connect this to this. So once you connect it and hear that clicking sound, it's connected. So this light that is blinking here will tell you that it's connected to PC. You see this light? It's connected to PC, which is this, seeing it as a device. Now, let me run that IP address, the DHCP again, and know whether we are going to get a default gateway for this. So once you click on DHCP and apply, you see the default gateway is there now because we have connected router. So once you have your internet access, which is MTN or any ISP provider inside this router, automatically you will be able to configure this router to work online remotely. So once you have gotten your DHCP, you are going to off the DHCP. Allow this as it is to remain on the network section. After that, you go to your platform access. So this platform access is where you configure your remote monitoring. How do you configure this remote monitoring? You see this, scan the QR code to download the smartphone app, which is this. Then they use the Hive client to scan the QR code to add the device. Now, when you have downloaded the application, HiLook or HiConnect or IVMS, you are going to click on add. If you have not added this device before, You click on add. Use the scan for the QR code. Scan this particular QR code. Once you scan this QR code, automatically it will add this DVR into it. And once this DVR is added into it, you will be able to click on this verification code, set it to any verification code you like based on your password. After setting the password, you click on apply. When you click on apply, you should watch out for this status. You will see it will write 0 times 1007. So once this status comes up online, that means you are good to go. So with this thing coming up online, you can be able to view this DVR anywhere you are. Okay, so now coming to the maintenance section. Maintenance section will just give you your device name, your model, your serial number, your firmware. You don't need much things here. But the major place you have to consider is the HDD part, the playback part, the configuration part. Okay, so as you can see, our camera is still there for us perfectly well. Okay, that's good, that's good. Okay, from Binance Invent Limited, we give you the best when it comes to network, security, and power. We are moving over to the next class tomorrow. Thank you very much.